Hi, my name is Nqobile Tembane from Top Trader South Africa, and this is Market Masters, a show where I sit down with the most prominent and talented traders in the industry and find out the stories behind their success. A big thank you to Xness for sponsoring Market Masters and making the show possible. Xness is an international multi-asset broker which was recently licensed in South Africa. We're shooting in the live stream event studios here by the Protea Hotel by Marriott by the Leica Santon. And today I'm joined by Lesiba Mothupi. Hi.
Oh yeah, what's happening?
I'm
What's
good,
happening?
you?
Oh.
I'm good, yes. So I first wanted to start with the story first,
Yeah.
before I actually got into the interview.
Okay.
About the first time we actually shot this interview, which was about 2 years back.
2
ne?
years back, yeah.
I remember we actually started shooting with like an iPhone 6.
Yo.
And the entry version, the 16 gig, we even had to pause between the interview to transfer. What was your first impression of that when you walked in?
No, obviously, but one thing that I thought is that like I shouldn't just judge with seeing all of that happening because already I believed in like the vision that has been pushed and stuff. But when I saw that you're actually recording with an iPhone, I was like, wow, okay, like all those amazing videos are made with this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I guess we all got to start somewhere.
That's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah.
So just give me a little background on you. Obviously, you're the boy from the location, the Kasi per se.
Sure.
So, like, how did you find yourself in Forex? So?
In Forex, okay, no, I'm just gonna speak a bit more from the early years till current, like onto how I actually got into Forex also. But ever since I've always had like the entrepreneurship mindset, I've always had the mindset of what can I do to help others or bring a solution towards like a problem. So back in primary school, grade 7, I was selling sweets, and then they cut me off like the second day because it's not allowed. Grade 8, I went back to selling sweets, selling packets of chips and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was nice. I was fascinated with that whole concept of I don't have to work for someone. I don't have to do all those things to make money. Like literally, just I give you a packet of chips, you give me money, fair.
Yeah.
So I like that. But while pushing, I got into different businesses. I was like selling skateboard parts, like I've been selling stuff like ever since like grade 7 literally.
Yeah.
So grade 12, when I was in grade 12, which I was 18 years old, that's when I started seeing other people out there like making success out of Forex markets. Ne? And also I think one of the things that actually motivated me to want to learn more about it is the fact that I noticed that a lot of youngsters like my age or a few years older than me, they were doing a lot of wonders for themselves. Like I bought my mom a house, I bought my mom a car. And at that time, back in grade 8, when I was in grade 8, I used to live in a garage with my mom. So I always had dreams of wanting to do something for her.
Yeah.
So when I saw these people doing all these amazing stuff, I was like, okay, maybe this is where I should be at because obviously selling things is not working out for me. I'm not getting major success. Maybe this is going to work out for me. So I started searching about it. Obviously, there's YouTube, there's like forums, there's like communities out there. That's when I started putting more my awareness into learning about the Forex market.
Yeah, so basically you're self-taught.
Yeah, you can say I'm self-taught, but along the way, because I'm self-taught, I learned a lot of maybe a year before, finding mentors and stuff. I was just going out there getting information from wherever, but that's a bit more tricky because there's a lot of information on the internet, you understand? So you don't know if you should start looking for pips now or if you start focusing on leverage now and all those things, you understand?
Yeah.
When I started trading live account, pushing, I was able to make some few profits. So eventually I just had to buy a course. So I'm glad to say that I taught myself. Yeah.
And how has trading been in like the first half of 2021 this year?
The first half of 2021, been amazing. I can't lie. I've had successful days. I've had, I wouldn't say bad days, but I would say days that taught me how to become a better me. But it's been amazing. I'm super excited with the progress that I'm seeing. And even the because trading is not, most people think that it's just about being able to make profits on a daily basis or being able to just make profits, but it allows you to also become a certain person that you never thought that you'd ever be, mentally, spiritually and all those things. So I'm glad with the growth that we're making.
Yeah. So what does a day in Lesiba's life look like day to day? What are you on about these days?
What does a day in life look like? So what happens is that as soon as I wake up, I haven't got a specific time that I wake up. I would lie to you if I say I wake up 5 a.m. every morning. I would lie. As soon as I wake up, though, I know I go through certain stuff. I affirm, tell myself positive things that I'd love to live by. I meditate a bit, just cut out like all the negative energies, all those things, and just focus on to, what it is that I want to, achieve and all those things for the day. And then, obviously I gotta pray, praying is like one thing that actually kept me going. So I pray, and then like after praying, I do a mini workout session, and then afterwards read my book. After reading my book, that's when I start to analyze the market, see what opportunities I can get in the market, like for later the day, or if I can get opportunities during that time. Then afterwards, I just check what's happening at the office. Like, I've got a team. I'm like over, like I think it's 11 of us now in the office. So I just like give calls. Check what's happening, check if like they're doing their daily goals and all these things. And yeah, I think that's basically it. But obviously, there's things that I'm also pushing. Like, but fortunately now I'm at a position whereby I'm just managing things. I'm not like putting in a lot of work like how I used to. So like I've got different businesses that I'm also involved in. So obviously I spend like maybe 20, 30 minutes just observing the growth or what needs to be done in order to just move forward. Obviously, like I'm a person that's always like, growing on a daily basis. So till this day, I watch YouTube videos. People don't believe. I watch YouTube videos. I learn from those. Like I read books a lot. I've got like, you saw at the office, I've got like a shelf full of books. Even the team members are actually forced to read books and stuff.
Yeah.
Not forced, but they yeah. But I read books. Like I'm like just growing. Like anything that shows like potential for me to become better.
Yeah.
That's like my day in life. Like
Yeah.
on a daily basis. That's just what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you've actually grown exponentially in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
A lot of people actually don't realize that. I know you recently just hit 100K subscribers on
Yeah,
your YouTube
yeah.
channel. Big up for that.
Oh, wait, thanks, man,
And I
thanks,
know
man.
even yesterday you made an announcement that you've given free course to over 50,000
50,000. Yeah,
people.
I've got over 50,000. It's like 51,000 members in my free course thinking that I structured down. Yeah.
Gee, like how does it make you feel? Somebody who's been able to help so many people, though.
Yeah, like it's exciting because obviously at first like the only thing that you're trying to do is like you're trying to just make money to move your family into better situations, to just make something for yourself. But like it gets to a point where you start to see that okay, no, whatever that I'm doing, it's also impacting and positively changing other people. So how about like I do this more. So that's when I started having that mindset of okay, let me do this and this and that. But now when I see all these people approaching me, saying all these positive things, this one saying they done this, like all these amazing things, and like being aware that like I'm in a position whereby yes, I do get to help a lot of people, but I believe that my voice needs to be a bit more heard. So obviously, like it's not like already just celebrating and like I know it's not like that. Like we are obviously
Yeah.
targeting bigger numbers and all those things.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm not looking at this. Like I'm seeing this, and I'm fortunate to be able to just like play a part to other people.
Yeah. Let's talk about the responsibility of having a large following, especially as a trader, especially as someone that a lot of people look at you
Yeah.
and they think, oh no, they want to be just like you. But also it comes with a huge responsibility as well, because you'll find that a lot of people in the industry, they get this huge following and then they kind of start neglecting their clients and all that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
How serious do you take that responsibility?
It's amazing at the same time. Like it's just a young responsibility in a way, because like obviously people can expect this. They can expect you to be in this specific way, and others like one of the things I like one thing that I like, even the people that are watching this, I think that is better. Like I like the ones that actually approach and then like ask for a picture and then done. Then they leave or like, hey man, you inspire me. Like a minute maximum, you understand?
Yeah.
Because other people like they'll start telling you about their life, all this like 30 minutes, like, and you have things to do, but you can't tell them that,
Yeah.
I need to move, you understand? So yeah, that's one of the advantages and disadvantages. But at the same time, I'm fortunate to be in this position, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about boom and bust seasons, because obviously a boom and bust season is like where you make a lot of money in a short period of time, but
Yeah.
unfortunately you lose it in a shorter period of time
Yeah.
after that. And I think a lot of traders tend to be in that position of just boom and bust. You make a lot of money quickly, you lose it quicker, much quicker. So how did you find yourself moving out of that cycle? Because it is a cycle at the end of the day, but
Yeah.
a lot of people find themselves for years just doing that. You find that in January they make money, by Feb it's gone,
Yeah.
and then they tend to just do this for a couple of years
Yeah.
as a cycle repeating itself, and they eventually want to give up. But how did you eventually break free from that cycle?
Okay. No, that's actually a good question, because I believe like people watching this like need to obviously know answers to that, just so they're able to make it through too. But one thing that I actually started respecting more is the risk management. Like you can have the best strategy, you can have the best anything, but like risk management is like what helps you stay longer in the game. So with a strategy, you can make a lot of money now, but with the risk management, you can stay much more longer, like 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, 20 years, and all those things. So I think I started observing more on how I risk. Like till this day, I trade like accounts of over 100K and stuff, but I risk like 5,000, 3,000, and all those things, you understand? So I think the most important thing that I changed, the 1% thing that I changed that helped me, like, break that into the consistency level is just being able to respect more onto the risk, because there'll always be a big win, there'll always be a small win, there'll always be a big loss, there'll always be a small loss, but you just have to take out the big loss in order to make it long. You all take losses along the way, but just make sure it's not big losses. So yeah, just I cut that out.
Yeah. But like but for somebody who's like trading much smaller accounts, how do they apply risk management?
With the much smaller account, risk management, what I've done is that, we come from far. Like I started with like 300 rands, 300, which is like what, $22, you understand? So I started with a small account. Someone that has a small account, I've been in their shoes, so it's not like I'm talking to people with only big accounts. But one thing that I like is that, like, you can manage it according to capital. Let's say if you've got $1,000, that's small, né? But if you've got $1,000, you can literally just say, for every trade that I'm taking, I'll lose like $20, which is fair. You're not looking at percentage-wise, you're looking at the capital. And then if you lose more than $100, which is 10%, you can start decreasing that amount. You can say, when I'm in, like, when my account is like $900, I'll play around losing $10 only. And then when it's above like $1,000, let's say $1,500 now, I'll risk $30 to $50. You understand? Like, you look at the capital. Once you reach maybe $10,000, that's when you can start playing with, your 1%, because 1% is it's small when you have like even 10,000 rands account. It's small. Yeah.
When you put together a trading plan, because I know this is something that I feel like a lot of people really neglect. They think they can just jump in the market and just next thing you know, they are millionaires and all that without a trading plan. So when putting together a trading plan, what are like the key aspects you are looking at, or that you can tell people what to look at when to start? Because I know the process of putting a trading plan together is actually quite lengthy, but a lot of people just overlook it because people don't want to put in the work to some degree. So what are some of the things that you look at when putting together a trading plan?
Yeah, that's a good one, man. I even feel like I wish like I came with my trading journal. You think that it's a Bible, but yeah, obviously, one thing that I focus a bit more on is like the ultimate goal. I look into what it is that I want to achieve with the specific plan. Obviously, like, there's plans for seasons, for years, quarterly, and all those things. So, like, let's say if I've got like a target, like let's say I want to make 10 million from this plan. That's my ultimate goal. You understand? So I'm gonna come up with whatever that I need to do in order to just reach that goal. So I'll have to focus on how am I gonna go with my risk. What am I going to do if I had a bad trading day? What am I going to do if I had a good trading day? What am I doing after a winning trade? What am I doing after a losing trade? So, like, after I've reached my daily target, what is it that I'm actually going to focus a bit more on? Like, let's say if I reach my daily target, 10,000 rands, I made it today. And then after I'm done, what is it? Am I still going to trade or am I not going to trade? And one thing that I do is that if I reach my target, yes, I can still place more trades when I see opportunities, but the next trade that I'm taking that hits me, I'm out. You understand? So those things, like, a plan is like literally something that I can give you my plan and then you can see how I am in the markets just by reading my plan, my emotional side of things, my strategic side of things, the rules that I put onto it.
Yeah.
And then obviously the most important thing is having someone that's going to hold you accountable, because with that, it means that, like, if you break one of the rules, then, like, you have to face the consequences. And then obviously if you reach your target or your goal, your weekly goal, or you played out all the rules well, you have to congratulate yourself in a certain way, you understand? So yeah, you need almost like a manager, a CEO, but it's literally just like you putting your like everything. Like, you should be able to give that book to someone else, and then they should be able to understand who you are in the markets, and
so,
even your ultimate goal and purpose,
So that's important. So you talk about the ultimate goal, and then when we go back to setting attainable, like, goals, like small goals, you have the ultimate goal, and then you have like the smaller goals. Like, how important is it? Because I think sometimes the way Forex is being sold is that we're being sold in a sense of, yo, you're going to be a millionaire overnight, and that's not really the case. People tend to forget that they need to set attainable goals. So how important are those smaller goals? Like, can you just give me an example of some of the smaller goals that you've set for yourself in the beginning when you were starting out, that you were just smashing along the way, that eventually led you to the ultimate goal?
Yeah, I think with that one day, like, to be honest, nah, like, I'm one person that, like, I wouldn't say, like, small goals, like, I've set small goals. I just set big goals, like, I've got, like, I allow my mindset to be able to put me in that position because it's simple to dream. Like, it doesn't cost you anything to dream. It's the most free thing that you can do. So with whatever that I'm putting goals and stuff, I make sure that it's something that's going to allow me to become better. So I get to that position. Obviously, once you have that ultimate goal, you have to break it down into smaller pieces, like quarterly or like twice a month, twice a year, quarterly, and then monthly, weekly, and all those things, just so you're able to track down your progress. Like, it doesn't have to be financial-wise, but as long as, like for me, back then, some of the goals that I had would be, like, study the markets for, like, 3 hours, look at GBP/USD, backtest, like, 100 trades on Euro/USD, for me to know that I'm consistent with the specific. For me now to say that, guys, I'm trading one pair only or one specific index only, is because of the fact that, like, back then I was, like, back testing this, I was doing that, so I have, like, data of what actually works out for me and what doesn't work out for me. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't work out for me, like I'm losing everywhere. It's like maybe I'm getting 30% win rate on this one, and maybe this one I'm getting 60%, so I'm able to filter out. And also seasons, you are able to understand how seasons are. Like, it's not the same. Like, there's New Year's, like, December time, it's not the same trading times as January. There's, like, second quarter, all these things are going up and down. So you also get to understand a bit more about those seasons. So yeah, it's important having that ultimate goal and then breaking it down into smaller pieces, just so you're able to track down your progress, like see what it is that you're doing right. Are you still moving in the right direction and stuff? Yeah.
When we were speaking about the trading plan, you spoke about what to do after you win a trade.
Yeah.
So how do you manage a winning streak? Because I know sometimes when you're on a winning streak, you tend to just get to a point where you just want to throw your rules out the window because right now you're hot, you're on fire, you're winning, nothing can stop you. Yeah. So how do you get to a place where you manage a winning streak?
Managing a winning streak, obviously you have to take it as another trade. Like, remember, like, in the markets, like, it doesn't really take, like, you don't need, like, a lot of trades to become successful. No, but obviously the more trades you take, the better you become. Ne? The more trades, the better you become. But when it comes to a winning streak, you need to be a bit more observant with why did you win, what actually helped you win like that, and what is it that you can do to improve, just so. And you should even study. Like, one thing that I do is that I study, like, more on, like, the conditions of the market, the season that we're actually in, just so I'm able to understand it a bit more better. So the next year when I come during that specific season, I should capitalize a lot. So, and yeah, like for now, I think I'm at a level whereby I'm not too attached towards money. Like, back then, like, maybe 2-3 years ago, I'd say something different. But now, whatever I make, like, I can easily just chill with my friends. We chill in the house, and then I'll be like, guys, it's now going for 3:30. I want to place a trade. I'm coming back. And then I'll go in the room, place a trade, come back. Like 4 or 5 minutes later, I made like, 23K. Then I'm chilling, and then they were like, how did it go? I was like, I just pulled 23K. I was like, oh wait. Then it just continue, like nothing happened. You understand? It's no longer like back then about celebrate, do all these things. But yeah.
Do you still trade demo account now?
No. I actually never even traded demo account back then.
Okay.
Like, I never started with a demo account. Yeah.
Okay. So to somebody who so basically what you're saying is that you practice your strategies on a live account.
On a live account, yeah, because I didn't know much about, I didn't have information, and around me people were not, I was still in college, people were not trading. Like, I was the only one that knew what trading was around that, like, back then, you understand? So obviously I didn't know much about demo, live, and stuff, and I even started with the different platforms instead of, like, meta traders and brokers and stuff. So I just threw money in there, and it seemed like a game. And like $22, I was like, okay, no, it's if $22 can make me a millionaire, why not? I got no time to test. Yeah, that's why even I got involved in scams. Like, I've been scammed multiple times before, because like I didn't give myself time to test and know. But one thing that helped me even gain success in the markets is the fact that, like, I took my time to get the knowledge.
Exness offers a free demo trading account for beginner traders to trade on. The demo account interface is ideal for traders who want to practice their strategies or learn to trade without incurring any trading risks or losses. You can practice trading in a 100% risk-free environment.
Yeah.
So what would you say to somebody now in terms of when they need to practice a strategy? Would you recommend that they practice a strategy on a demo account?
Yeah, like, with that, like, some questions that I get till this day I can't answer. Like, I remember the last time they asked me, I dropped out of college, but they asked me, like, so what do you say? Like, they wanted me to speak, like, in front of kids and stuff, and they're like,
Yeah.
I should give advice. And I don't know, should I say, don't go to school or go to school? But,
Yeah.
when it comes to that, like, I think the most important thing is be comfortable with, it's either if you're trading on a demo account, it's okay, you can do that, but if you've got some small capital that you can play around with, like 1,000 or 500 rands, I started with $22, which is 300 rands till this day. That's one thing that I always send out there. So people become
Yeah.
aware, because people are always coming to me like you need a lot of money to, like, 300 rands didn't make me, like, I didn't grow 300 rands to where I am, but it showed me something. And then even though I blew it, I knew that, okay, no, there's actually real potential in the markets with money. That I saw myself making $10 and making money on your smartphone. That's a nice thing,
Yeah.
So I fell in love more with it, and then I wanted to get more knowledge. I wanted to get more money just so I can fund more of my account. One thing that I'm always saying to students that I have is that if you've got money that you're willing to, not even willing to risk, but if you're willing to test if this is going to work out for you, start with like maybe 500,000, somewhere around those numbers, and then see if like that is for you, and then you can decide afterwards. Because when you're going in with real money, like obviously there's emotions, unlike demo, like there's no emotions when it comes to demo stuff, but with real money there's emotions. Every trade matters. Like you don't just buy and leave.
Yeah.
You buy, you observe. A few pips up, you're already like, you're looking at it. The more money you make, like you're asking yourself, should I close now? Should I not close now? All those things. So, yeah, I think a live account is like the best thing that one can start up with. Yeah.
When you approach the markets, how do you approach the markets these days? Like, what's your approach when you get to the markets?
Yeah, that's a good one, man. And one thing that I like is that, like, nowadays, like, literally, like, what I said, like, 5-6 minutes in, out, I'm done. 2-3 years ago, like, I would Sunday, like, Friday, I would analyze, like, pairs and then filter out. Saturday, I would analyze, filter out. Sunday, and then Monday, like, I'd analyze, like, hours before even placing trades and stuff. But it came to a point where I started asking myself, what am I? Am I an analyst or am I a trader? I had to make a choice. So I decided that I'm a trader. So now I took all those analyses, like all the knowledge that I knew, then I just placed it in my head. So now even if you look at my chart works now, it's a bit more different from back then. Back then it was like way more detailed, and like it was like way more, like, you could see what's going on. But now it's just like, you just see like just maybe a support box here, and then you'll just even see me pointing out the specific candle saying that I'm buying now, because now already like all those charts, like even if you just put graphs in front of me now, I'll be able to see my trend lines, my support, my resistance, the breakout. Like I can already see that without having to draw, so I don't draw anymore. And it takes me like a few minutes, like 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then I'm already seeing if like we're buying, if we're selling. Where are we looking for buys? Where are we looking for sells? And when we get to, obviously, like what am I looking for once we get to that area? And obviously, candlesticks are one of the most important things that people don't take for real, because you can see momentums of like a candle, of that specific pair in days via candlesticks. You can see if you're like the breakout, if you're still going to continue going to the upside or to the downside. Rejections, all these things matter. You understand? Yeah, I think that's it. Like, but even now, I like the fact that I start off first. Let me just walk you through my let me walk you through. So I start off as soon as I open the laptop, my screens and everything. I start off first. I go to the 4 hours, and then I look for momentum. What actually is going on the momentum? So are we actually in a buyer's momentum or a seller's momentum? And then once I'm able to spot that out, obviously that's simple. Like you can see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. What's breaking, highs or lows? You understand? And then I go all the way down to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, I look for like, what actually is being printed out. Is this a reversal pattern? Is this a continuation pattern? Are we still in an impulsive phase? Are we now in a corrective phase? Should I wait for the next impulse? You understand? So I look at what phase are we now in. And then on the 15 minutes, I actually get my significant areas there on the 15 minute, meaning that like, my buy zone and my sell zones, meaning that like if whatever that I'm looking for, once it gets at the specific point, I don't mind buying there, like I don't mind buying there. Like I'm more comfortable buying there because obviously, like that's like a valid point. And then, like, even if it takes me out, I know that my stop loss is going to be a bit more calculated, better than just buying in the middle of a trend, you understand?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and obviously 15 minutes, once it gets to that significant area, sometimes it depends on how aggressive I am. Like, if I'm trading like 3:30, obviously, like 5 minutes, candlesticks, they play a part. Like, I'm able to spot that, okay, the candlestick closed like this, so hopefully this one here, this is more likely to happen. Then I can enter using the 5 minutes. But if I'm just holding the trade for a few hours, like maybe 2-3 hours, then yeah, 50-minute candlestick is enough for me. Once it closes at my significant area, my buy zone or my sell zone, then at the time, like already, like I'm taking, yeah, I'm in. My stop loss is safe, my take profits is safe and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You just said that it takes you about 5 minutes to analyze a chart. But for you to get to this place, like I think people mustn't forget that it's taking you years
Yeah,
before
no,
you can actually get.
I've been trading for what, 4 years? 4 years and a few months now, yeah.
Yeah. So how did you eventually get to the place of being able to just open a chart and just take about 5 minutes and know what's happening? Like what work went into being where you are today? Like what work went into you like being able to analyze a chart for just that short amount of time?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Because I think what actually helped me is the fact that, I was able to backtest all those things. Like I put a lot of work back then before. I was able to backtest. I saw what works for me, what doesn't work for me. I tried out different things. I was testing, all these things. But it came to a point where like I started seeing, okay, these are the things that actually give me a higher win rate. So let me focus only on these things. So I filtered down like some of the pairs, all those things. Then I started focusing a bit more on, how many was it? I think it was like 3 indices and three pairs. Ne? That was like the only thing that I started focusing a bit more on like last year. And then that allowed me to filter more out, Yeah, and then I took out some pairs also. And then I took out, on pairs I actually look at GBP, JPY. Only. That's the only pair I look at. Even if you come to me and tell me about Euro USD shooting upwards, I can analyze it for you. I can give it, but like I'm not looking at that, And also in indices I look at just 30. So those are things that like I feel like I've become one with them. I grew a relationship with them. So obviously when you grow a relationship with someone or with something, like it doesn't take you too long to know. Like already if you've been living with someone for too long, like 5 years. When they're feeling somehow, or when they're sad, when they're not happy, or like anything that they're feeling, whatever, like you are able to pick it up before they say so, you understand? So I think that's it. Like I managed to have filtered out some of the things that don't matter to me, and then I focus a bit more on the ones that actually matter to me, and I put laser focus on those things, grow a relationship with them. I can spot it simple. Like it doesn't take me too long to. I already know what I saw yesterday. I already know that okay, in the next this one I'm looking to buy at this area, but it might take maybe 3 to 5 hours. So I'll come back to the markets after like 3 to 5 hours. Maybe 3 hours. I'll come back to see if it's still doing this. You understand? So yeah, it's always like that. Yeah, I'm focused a bit more. Like I'm more focused on mastering like specific stuff.
Yeah. I think this is one of my favorite parts of this show right here is finding out your most memorable trade. So I'm going to say the most memorable trade that you have had in the past 2 years, but it doesn't have to be like a trade where you made the most money, but it has to be like that one trade where you felt like, no, this trade was your most perfect trade right now. If there's such a thing as perfect, though. Yeah.
Was maybe last year. I can't think clearly on what actually happened, but I remember that one trade is the one trade that actually changed a lot of things for me. Like, with just that one trade, like, I wouldn't say I made a lot of money, but it showed me a lot of potentials. I was able to move out from the hood, I made like to the other side of like where I used to stay. I was able to, show my mom that like, this is actually working out. I was able to, even be confident with, or like, because, I've got a daughter and I was scared that, how am I going to take care of her in the future and stuff. But, with that, it showed me that, okay, maybe I've got this under control. It gave me a lot of confidence, to me and stuff. And yeah, like a lot of things changed after that. It didn't make me money to do all those things, but it opened up a lot of doors. Like, it's like my food was in now, and then I saw the other side. And I got it nice. Like, it was a clean trade. Like, it didn't waste time. I entered a week entry, and then like it went straight to take profits. And as soon as it got to take profits, like I actually moved take profits, and then I put it a bit below, and then it continued to just spike a bit more to the upside, and then it went down and took me out with trail stops. You understand? So, but it was beautiful because I caught it week entry, and I shared it in the team. Everyone, it was just an amazing feeling, being able to see myself catching trades like that, like a trade that goes from to.
No, that's good. And any losses that you've taken where you sit and you're just like, yeah, no, there I feel like, shoot, I messed up there, or do you have any of those trades over the past 2 years though?
Let me explain to you, because January I had the biggest win and I also had the biggest loss
Okay.
in January. So what happened is that, like, obviously I've got a new office spot,
Yeah.
and I stopped selling my services. I don't know what was the mindset behind that. But I was like, okay, I want to focus on what I can do. You understand? So now I'm just like literally relying off of trading and just other businesses that I'm doing on the side. And then, like, obviously during that whole month, like, trading was the only thing that would allow me to, pay salaries, do all those things. Because me, myself, like, I don't have expenses. Like, I'm not too expensive, you understand? But, things such as, like, I put my money more into business, you understand?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then what happened is that, like, I was trading under a lot of pressure. And then fortunately, like, I was able to, like, I made a lot of money, like, close to approaching end of January, I was able to clock like 500,000 in a day from NASDAQ and even US 13. That was exciting. Like, I got excited, changed a lot of things. I was now confident, okay, the next 2 months, 3 months, I'm sorted here,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But then, like, 3 days later, I lost like 70, 60, 70,000. But as, like, I also learned a lot from it because I wanted to do that again. I wanted to make like 500K every day. You know what I'm saying? So I saw my mistake,
Yeah.
and that's when I was like, okay, let me just stay away from the markets. I'm safe now. I'll come back maybe after a week, 2 weeks, and then like I'll just see what I've done to make that much money, what I've done to not make that much money, and then I'll learn from my wins and losses overall. You understand?
Yeah.
So those are things that I like that helped me. Obviously every win or loss is just a lesson.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you say you stayed away from the markets.
Yeah,
like,
stayed, yeah.
Right now. But like, what were you doing during that time when you stayed? Was it just a thing of you just needed a break from the markets? You weren't
Yeah.
looking at any charts or what? Or you just decided just to stay away? Or what was happening during that period?
As much as like I would lie if I say that, like, I wasn't looking at the markets. I think like the markets is just something that, like, even like 2018, like, I made some money. I remember I told you the story. I made some money, and then there was a time whereby, I lost everything. I had nothing. Imagine you're 21 years old, 20 years old, and nothing, you understand? So that was like a bit more tough for me. But during that time, I didn't have a trading account, anything going on, but I still was looking at the markets,
Yeah.
I think the markets is just something that I love, yeah. So even now, when I wasn't trading at that time, obviously I watch a lot of, like, YouTube, all those things. So I was starting to, I paid more attention on what other traders are doing, I don't care if you're like much more bigger than me or you're smaller than me. I still learn from people that are like, that have like 1,000 subscribers that people don't even know, yeah. But so I was just doing that, like I was learning more about trading, not even just like, strategies and all those things. I was focusing a bit more on the mental side of things, like how to detach my emotions and everything from whatever outcome I get from a specific trade. So that's what I focused a bit more on. Obviously, I was analyzing, but not analyzing to trade, just seeing if, like, so I don't become crusty. Like,
Yeah.
when you don't do something for like 2 weeks or something, and then you come back, you're crusty, So I was just analyzing here and there, so I still keep my mindset in the game. So yeah, I would lie if I say that I stayed away from the markets.
Yeah.
I love the markets too. Like I would watching like someone breaking down the markets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd sleep in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. So let's talk Forex Chasers now. You've got obviously Forex Chasers is one of your businesses.
Yeah.
And what is Forex Chasers, and what are you planning to do? What are any future expeditions that you have for
Okay.
Forex Chasers?
Nice. That's a beautiful one, Joe. Forex Chasers, I got inspired to actually start a brand of my own, Forex Chasers. Like, I wanted to become a leader in a certain way so people can be able to follow through. So I wanted to start something like a movement type of thing whereby they could have something to allow them to come on, so people that can relate and all those things, which is the start of Forex Chasers. Obviously, the mission is to help educate others to not just get the skill of the markets, but to literally, like, to be able to get that skill that's going to allow them to grow, like personal development type of skill. And the most important thing is that they should be able to pass that skill to the next person. So I want, when I teach you something, you shouldn't be able to just make money and done. You should be able to pass that to the next person. As much as, we all do things for our own self, but, even now I've got goals of making people that are close to me become like 10 times better than me and all those things, you understand? So yeah, that's why I started, like, Forex Chasers and stuff. And it helped me grow exponentially too, because I couldn't teach something that I wasn't in a position to, you understand? So I had to push quicker,
Yeah.
just so I can teach faster. You understand?
Yeah,
So,
no, I
yeah, because
get
I
you.
love teaching too. Yeah, so that's the whole concept behind it, how it started. You know, I started obviously back then in my dad's house, you know, at my room and stuff. But now, fortunately, you know, you saw offices down there. You know, even like you know, there's big things that we're actually doing. You know, I've got a team. I've got a team of maybe 13. I'm not too sure the numbers. 13 people that we know. We like that are fully working for the company. You know, playing their part. Luckily now I'm at a position whereby I'm no longer needed in the business 100%. Mentorship, we've got live trading sessions, daily live trading sessions, meaning that every single day you trade with us. Obviously, our mentors are also mentors. They're actually mentors and traders. They're trading companies, capital. You know, we've got like a team of like you know all these types of things that are like literally playing a part. So I can like there's times that I can go missing for a week or 2 weeks, but the company is running 100%.
Yeah.
People are still celebrating. Live trading sessions are helping people. Signals are being sent out. And I'm trading on a daily basis. So even if I'm off social media and stuff, in the group, I'm always just sending trades, you know, doing all these things and stuff. So that's actually helpful in a way. Yeah, it's amazing to, you know, it's amazing to teach people, give them the skill, and see them win off of that. But what about the ones that actually don't have money to
Yeah.
fund their accounts? You know, what about the ones that, like, you know, years ago, me,
Yeah.
you know, obviously I had skills, I had the knowledge, but I didn't have money to trade. I didn't have money to fund my account and stuff. So I want to focus a bit more on that. So I'm trying to just come up with ways whereby, like, you know, instead of just teaching and like people can be able to just do their own things, I'm trying to just see ways whereby I can teach and also help with capital. Like maybe even if, like, you know, it's a process whereby someone proves themselves to be consistent in a period of 6 months, and then after that, like I employ them over and then, like, you know, give them accounts and then, like, you know, have a profit split, maybe something similar to that, you know, I don't
Yeah.
know, like something like that. But like, I just want people to be able to become independent of trading the markets, and I just want to create a lot of jobs. Like,
Yeah.
I believe, like, you know, next time when you're speaking, like, you know, the numbers are going to be increased. That's just how it is. Like I said, 13, 15 now. But obviously, like, within a year, 2 years, it will be, like, over bigger numbers and stuff. Because that's just it. Like, you know, that's just
Yeah.
the whole vision, the whole goal.
Yeah.
Being able to take, you know, people from, like, you know, whether you're at the streets, like, you know, people that are working at Forex chasers, even, like, you know, not all of them are, like, not even, I doubt if some of them are even privileged. Like, we all come from, like, I've got friends that come from the hood, you know, they made it out. I've got ones that came from far. Like, I've got people that come from different areas that are even, like, you know, under, like, way, like, just by being in that area, you shouldn't be anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah, yeah,
you are already in a disadvantage, you understand? So I want to pull more of, like, these types of people and just put them into one area and, like, show them that, okay, no, guys, there's a bigger picture. There's, like, you know, a way forward. Let's just focus on this, and then we all are going to win. We all are going to become something of ourselves. So that's just it. I can go for hours speaking
Yeah, I can
about it,
see
my brother.
that.
Like,
I can see
it
that.
makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me happy. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So any piece of advice that you would like to give our viewers today?
But, like, you know, as a person, you are in control of your thoughts, of your mind. Ne? So whatever that you put into your thoughts is, like, what is under your control. So you can't say that I'm thinking this, but I don't want to think this. Whatever that you're thinking, you are in control of it. So obviously, what I'm trying to say here is that you have to think thoughts that you want to think. You have to put positive things into your mind. You have to put things that you want to believe. And then obviously, you have to do what? You have to put a feeling towards it. You have to stamp it up with belief. You know, belief is the one thing that actually, you know, that keeps one going no matter what. Belief is one thing that keeps you going. So as long as you think of it, you put it into your head, don't let anyone, whether you're from the hood or whether you're from nice areas and stuff, don't limit yourself towards what you think. It's free to think. It's literally free to think. I want to buy a Lamborghini tomorrow. It's free. Like, I thought it. I can go buy it tomorrow. Like, I thought it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once you put a feeling towards it, obviously those things are just going to start manifesting around. And obviously when you believe, you're also going to send out that same message, you know, wherever. And then once you send that same message, obviously it has to be.
Yeah.
It will eventually be. So, yeah, that's the advice that I can do. Don't take advantage of, you know, what you can think of. Don't take advantage of what you can create for yourself. But be limitless, you know, do your thing. Just
Yeah.
do your thing. Yeah, become you.
Yeah, no, perfect. Thank you so much for coming through today
Always,
and
man.
doing this interview with me.
Always.
I've learned a lot myself today. No, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No, I'm glad. Next time when you're having this interview, you should have a notebook on you. So take down notes when you're talking. But yeah, no, I'm glad, man. And one thing that I'd like to say too is that, you know, I'm glad with the platform that you're able to give, you know, didn't believe that, I'd be able to sit down here, speak about such things, share my story, share my message. And, obviously this video is not just for our eyes. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people are going to be able to see this. So obviously it's going to play a part, And I'm excited with that. So you should just continue doing whatever that you're doing, continue believing into it. And no, Joe, that's the way we're going forward.
Yeah.
We're going forward.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, man.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching so much. My name is Nqobile Tembane, and this is Market Masters. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, guys.